Now, a lot of people treat very differently with this sort of thing. So my theory on this is that when there are knots and tension, we need to go down and break those down. So it's going to be sore, okay? But if it's going above an 8 out of 10 on the pain scale, you're probably then just tensing up against it. And just like with the stretching, if I forced you further while you were tensing against me, I'm going to be more likely to cause more injuries and more pain, and it's not going to help. So you need to be able to remain relaxed while doing the massage. And if the pain is too high and you can no longer stay relaxed to it, then they're actually just kind of beating you up. So you need to know your therapist and work with them to make sure that it's staying around that 8 out of 10 and that they're giving you little breaks if you need it so that you can still focus on relaxation and you're gaining the main benefit from it. Some people do bruise from massage. It is known, it is quite common, and it doesn't mean that they're doing something wrong if they're bruising. It's just because we need to go deep into the muscle fibres, sometimes the surface can get a little bit bruised from that. So
freaking excellent.
It may be painful. So when somebody says to you, I'm going for a sports massage today, it isn't the sort where you can think, that's going to be so nice and relaxing.
So not. Sometimes you come out sweating, boy.
And from that note, if ever you do have a deep tissue or sports massage, and probably any massage to be honest, make sure you hydrate well afterwards.
I was going to say that.
It helps your kidneys to help to release all the toxins and things from the body. So hydration is really important around massage. Well, it's important all the time, but especially around massage.
We were talking about that, weren't we, about the importance of hydration.
Yeah, hydration is really important as a sports person because you use your energy systems differently if you're not fully hydrated.
This is a good indicator. Ta-da! I'm promoting Hydra Team. Hydrate Mate. Hydrate Mate.
Yep.
I like that. But yeah, this is good.
So what this actually has on, if you can't see, is it's got times. So 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10, 11, 12, 2, 3. So basically, throughout the day, you're supposed to have that as your minimum amount you're drinking. You get to the bottom, you refill it again. I have quite a few of my clients actually that buy these and say that they do help, and also it's just a little bit of fun. You feel like a child drinking out of a straw. But it's finding what works for you to make sure that you're staying well hydrated, because it means, as I say, as a sports person or somebody that's trying to get fit, if you're not well hydrated, then you're going to use your body differently and your energy systems differently. But for things like injury prevention, it's really important because our bodies are made up of water. There's so much water in there. If you're dehydrated, your vertebrae are going to start to be decreased. You just can't function correctly. Your kidneys can't work properly to keep everything cleaned out. So it's really important.
And that's not good for the old muscles, is it? If there's no fluid going through your body, then these kind of dry up.
And if you're trying to lose weight, have you ever heard hunger is thirst in disguise? Not always, but sometimes hunger is thirst in disguise, which means that if you feel like you're constantly craving food, but you know you've eaten your dinner, often it's actually that you're dehydrated. And your stomach is receiving that it needs to receive more, it just doesn't know what it needs.
That's interesting.
So if you're trying to lose weight, we'll always make sure you're drinking plenty of water. If you feel hungry, have a glass of water. If you're still hungry, then eat some food.
I just eat all the time.
Thankfully, you do a lot of sports.
I'm just greedy. I'm just greedy. All right, we'll just touch on another few more subjects. One important one is how often somebody should get a massage. A sports person, and B, somebody from the general public. What are your opinions on that?
Okay, so in an ideal world, somebody that's training a lot should be getting treatment ideally once every 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's ideal. Obviously, it depends on what people's financial situations are and things, but it means that you can try and maintain by doing your foam rolling, doing your stretching, doing your cool downs and your warm-ups, but it means that those areas that you struggle to get to and to keep loosened out, the therapist can help make sure that's all still working properly and you're gaining the most from your training. People, average public, I would say if you can have one a month, one every 2 weeks to a month, that really helps the body to work properly. Quite often I have clients that come to me that are non-sports people, and once their body knows what's right and how it should be feeling, they find that every 2 to 3 weeks is the ideal to keep on top of it. After that, they start noticing the back tightening back up again and things. And yes, it's probably that they don't do enough stuff themselves at home, but the ideal, I'd say, is sort of 2 to 4 weeks for non-sports, 1 to 2 weeks for a sports person, depending how much stuff you do yourself.
Yeah, true. So it complements each other.
Yeah.
So you don't ultimately just be reliant on the therapist.
Like I said, I don't want somebody to be reliant on me for their stretching. I want to be able to give you your own stretches, your own foam rolling routines and things, so that you can do what you need to be doing at home.
Yeah.
And after your training sessions, when you're really nice and warm, rather than having to come to me all the time.
Makes sense. All good. Gemma, you run your own business, you're a PT.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to get in touch with you, how would they go about doing that?
Okay, I've got my own website. It's GW Fitness. So if you put into Google GW Fitness or Gemma Wheatman, they'll all get through to my website. But it is www.gw-fitness.com. That takes you through. It tells you all about me, my qualifications, and you can book in online and everything there.
Socials as well.
Socials.
Do you use your socials?
I use my Instagram,
Oh,
yeah.
Instagram.
I do also have an Instagram and a Facebook page. Facebook, I think, is Gemma Wheatman PT, and Instagram is just Gemma Wheatman, I think.
You think or you know?
I think.
I think.
But yeah, if you put in Gemma Wheatman, you'll find me.
Awesome. I want to thank Gemma for all her help and support. We'll see you next week for Track and I hope we've had a great time. Hope you've learnt lots. I hope you drink lots. Water, not alcohol. And continue to looking after your body. And if you need any more information, you know exactly where to find her.
Bye-bye.